One evening in February, a researcher named Nicholas Carlini stepped away from a wedding in Bali, opened his laptop, and tried to break the internet. He's paid to do this. His job at Anthropic, one of the world's leading AI companies, is to stress test their models, find out what they can do in the wrong hands, probe for the worst-case scenario before anyone else does. What he found that night set off a chain of events that would alarm governments, scramble banks and tech giants, and force Anthropic to make a decision no AI company had made before: build something, confirm it works, and then refuse to release it. The model is called Claude Mythos, and what it can do to the world's software infrastructure is, depending on who you ask, either a crucial warning or a catastrophe waiting to happen. Here's the full story. Claude Mythos Preview, to use its full name, is Anthropic's most capable AI model to date. On paper, it's a general-purpose language model, in the same category as ChatGPT or Google's Gemini. It reasons, it writes, it codes, but Mythos is substantially more capable than any of those at one specific thing, understanding and manipulating software at a deep level. The kind of deep level that sits beneath every app, every website, every operating system running on any device you've ever touched. Anthropic says they didn't train Mythos to be a hacking tool. The cybersecurity capabilities weren't intentional, they emerged as a side effect of making the model better at coding and reasoning. A model that can deeply understand complex software, it turns out, is also extraordinarily good at finding the cracks in it. To measure exactly how good, Anthropic ran tests. Not on synthetic benchmarks, on real, live software. The kind that runs the world. The results were striking enough that Anthropic published a technical report detailing what the model could do. Mythos had identified thousands of zero-day vulnerabilities, meaning previously unknown, unpatched security flaws across every major operating system and every major web browser in widespread use. Zero-day. Every major OS. Every major browser. That covers virtually every computer on Earth. The technical report Anthropic published gives some specific examples, and they're worth understanding, because this is where it gets concrete. Mythos wrote a web browser exploit that chained together 4 separate vulnerabilities, building a complex attack that escaped both the browser's own sandbox and the operating system's protections. It autonomously found and exploited race conditions to gain elevated privileges on Linux. It wrote a remote code execution exploit for a network file server that granted full administrator access to anyone, without them needing to authenticate at all. Anthropic also noted that engineers on their own team with no formal security training could ask Mythos to find vulnerabilities overnight, and wake up the following morning to a complete, working exploit. That last detail is the one that matters most. The barrier to catastrophic cyber attack has historically been skill. Writing a working exploit for a major operating system required deep expertise built over years. Mythos removes that barrier entirely. Anyone who can type a sentence can ask it to do the work. To put this in context, in 2025, a Chinese state-sponsored hacking group used a public Claude model, not Mythos, just the regular version, to achieve 80 to 90% autonomous execution across roughly 30 targets. That was with the model anyone can use. Mythos, according to Anthropic's own assessment, is massively more capable. So what do you do when you build something like this? Anthropic's answer was Project Glasswing, named after a butterfly whose transparent wings reveal rather than conceal. The idea is to use Mythos's own capabilities to patch the vulnerabilities it found, before those same capabilities end up in the hands of people with worse intentions. Rather than a public release, access to Mythos Preview is gated to a coalition of major organizations: Amazon Web Services, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Nvidia, JP Morgan Chase, Cisco, CrowdStrike, Palo Alto Networks, the Linux Foundation, and more than 40 additional organizations that maintain critical software infrastructure. Anthropic has committed up to $100 million in usage credits for the initiative, plus $4 million in direct donations to open-source security organizations. The rationale is straightforward: the same model that can find a vulnerability can fix it. Giving defenders early access to Mythos means the most critical systems can be hardened before attackers get access to something with equivalent capabilities, which, given how quickly AI is advancing, is probably a matter of months, not years. Anthropic has also committed to publishing findings publicly within 90 days and is exploring the creation of an independent third-party body to govern large-scale cybersecurity AI work. For an industry that has historically preferred to keep security problems quiet, that level of stated transparency is notable if they follow through on it. There's a complicating detail in this story. According to Bloomberg, Mythos has already been accessed by unauthorized users. Details about the model were inadvertently stored in a publicly accessible data cache due to human error, which is how the story first became public knowledge weeks before Anthropic's official announcement. And separately, a small group of users in a private online forum reportedly gained access to the model. Anthropic has not publicly confirmed the extent of that unauthorized access or what those users were able to do with it. This matters for an obvious reason. The entire logic of Project Glasswing depends on defenders getting ahead of attackers. If the model, or something close to it, is already circulating in corners of the internet Anthropic can't monitor, that head start may already be narrower than the company would like. Security researchers have also pushed back on what they describe as the framing around Mythos. Heidi Klopp, an AI and cybersecurity expert, noted publicly that the alarm around the model, while not entirely unwarranted, may be overstated, and that a system doesn't need to be AGI level to cause serious harm. The concern isn't just Mythos specifically, it's the direction of travel. The broader point that multiple analysts have made is this: even if Mythos is contained, models with equivalent or greater capabilities will exist, from Anthropic and from competitors, within months. OpenAI has already announced a similarly limited rollout of its own cybersecurity-focused model, 1 week after Mythos was announced. The question isn't really whether AI will be used to attack critical infrastructure. Security experts say it's already happening with existing publicly available models. AI has already made phishing attacks harder to detect, made ransomware deployment faster, and compressed the window between a vulnerability being discovered and being weaponized from months to minutes. What Mythos represents is the next order of magnitude, and the response it's generating from banks, governments, and tech companies scrambling to understand the risk suggests that enough serious people believe that assessment to take it at face value. The storm isn't coming, one cybersecurity CEO told CBS News. The storm is here. Project Glasswing is one attempt at building shelter. Whether it's enough, and whether it can stay ahead of what's coming, is a question with no clean answer yet. Anthropic's full technical report on Mythos is publicly available, link in the description, along with the Project Glasswing announcement and the Bloomberg investigation that broke this story. This is one of those stories where the facts alone are worth understanding before the takes take over. Subscribe for weekly breakdowns of the biggest developments in AI, explained clearly, without the hype. Thanks for watching.